Hello there, my name is Blanchard, and today I will be giving a counter-argument to my op-ed about personal preventative action against climate change, and it is titled, "It is Out of Our Hands." So just for some background, as I mentioned, my op-ed was about personal prevention of climate change, and many people argue that society's contributions to climate change and global warming are massive, and that personal changes must be made if we want to save our planet. And this is a very common argument. Most people you talk to will agree, but it is true that many opposing ideas are valid and also entirely relevant to our society today. So this presentation will be addressing some of these ideas. The first counter-argument against personal preventative climate change is the idea that a lot of what is changing in our world comes from natural processes. For some background, the concept of uniformitarianism is a geological theory which basically just means the Earth's natural processes have happened, are happening, and will happen. So in the past, we've seen the Earth's climate changing a lot between ice ages, warming periods, Pangea, different tectonic shifts. So who's to say that the current changes in our climate aren't the same things that were happening then? And various different things that can cause these are volcanic eruptions, changes in solar activity, orbital variations, changes in currents. All of these are just contributions that affect our planet. The second counterargument is that new technology is going to come into play, hopefully soon, that will make a much bigger difference than a single person just deciding to recycle their Diet Coke can. And various climate scientists, geoscientists, other people in that field are very hard at work to find new forms of renewable energy, carbon capture processes, and various other geoengineering solutions to climate change. And the small steps we could take now seem much less, they would make much less of a difference in our eyes as a huge development in new renewable energy. So many argue that it's best for us to just wait until these new technologies are in play, and then if nothing changes, we can reevaluate then. The third counterargument is that large corporations are truly the problem. And this is true. The gravity of the climate crisis is often skewed, and individuals feel much more weight on their shoulders than necessary because big oil and other large corporations like Exxon and everything are just using so much. They're just depleting resources like crazy, and crazy emissions are coming from them, other detrimental things from these mass operations, and it's truly out of control of the public. One person can't just walk up to the CEO of Chevron and be like, "Hey, please stop." They're not going to listen. So similarly to what I mentioned in the new technology argument, it's possibly wise to just step back, as one person can't stop a big corporation in the same vein as big oil. The fourth counter-argument is that it's truly just too late. We've gone too far, and climate change is predicted to become irreversible within either 2 years from now or all the way in 2042. That's just a rough estimate. And once we hit that, the Earth will have permanently warmed about 1.5 degrees Celsius, and that's just completely irreversible. So 2026 is only 2 years away, so there's really not that much time left for huge changes to be made. And it's also going to be extremely difficult to get people on board. So we should just enjoy what we have while it's here and let whatever happens happen. And I guess you could say that's kind of a less pessimistic interpretation of Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. In conclusion, the Earth's natural processes and large corporations are truly leaving giant footprints that we can't fill back in. And reevaluation once new technologies have been implemented could be productive, but let's just step back and enjoy the now. And there's my works cited.